Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be looking at some money strategies for 2025.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We got a lot of great tips from the Smart World Notebook podcast. So
Yeah.
we're excited to share those with you. Just to kind of set the stage,
Yeah.
they talked about this looming
Yep.
5%
Yes.
increase in cost of living this year.
Global cost of living.
Oh, global. I
Yeah.
see.
It's a big one.
That's big.
Yeah. It's important to be thinking about saving.
Yeah, for sure.
A good time for that.
Yeah. Get ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So one of their first tips that I thought was
Right.
kind of interesting was automation.
Yeah.
But I also was kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
is that really a game changer?
Yeah.
Like setting up automatic transfers?
Right.
It just sounds so basic.
Yeah. No, it's a very powerful tool, actually. It's deceptively simple.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you're having money taken out of your account before you even see it,
Yeah.
you don't really miss it.
Right.
That's kind of the psychology behind it.
Oh.
A little bit of, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And it really can add up over time,
Especially if you're
especially,
doing it consistently.
if you're doing it consistently, even if it's small amounts.
So beyond just like
Yeah.
setting up, 10% of my paycheck goes to this
Yeah.
account,
Sure.
are there other ways to automate?
Definitely. So you've got, you can do percentage-based savings. That's a good one. And then there are also apps that will round up your purchases to the nearest dollar
Yeah.
and put the difference into some kind of investment account for you.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then there are even like micro investing platforms
Okay.
where you can just be putting away,
Little bits.
$5 a week
Oh, cool.
or whatever you can manage.
Options for everyone.
Yeah, there really are options for, whatever your level is or your comfort level.
And they also talked about budgeting apps,
Yes.
which I feel like are
Yeah.
everywhere these days.
Mm-hmm.
But do they really add anything
Yeah.
beyond what my bank app already does for me?
I mean, think of them as like a personal financial coach in your pocket.
Okay.
They really help you to track your spending, set goals,
Yeah.
and just see the big picture of
Yeah.
where your money's going.
Okay.
Some popular ones are like YNB,
Uh-huh.
you need a budget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's great for kind of that proactive budgeting.
Mhm.
And then Mint,
Yeah.
which is very popular
Yeah.
for tracking and analyzing your spending.
It's almost like having a therapist, but for your money.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so they also brought up the 50-30-20 rule.
Yes.
Is
Class?
that still relevant in 2025?
I mean, I think it's stood the test of time for a reason. It's really about finding that balance between your needs, your wants, and your savings.
Okay.
So 50% for your essentials, like your rent, your groceries, utilities.
Got it.
30% for wants.
So
Yeah.
like fun stuff.
Fun stuff,
Yeah.
travel, entertainment, whatever brings you joy.
Okay.
And then 20% goes towards savings or paying down debt.
Okay. So if I can stick to that,
Yeah,
then
it's a great framework.
I'm golden.
Like any rule, it's not one size fits all.
Yeah,
So
you
if
can-
your essential expenses are way higher than 50%,
Yeah.
you might need to adjust those percentages.
Okay.
Or maybe, your wants are actually things you deeply value,
Okay.
like funding a creative project or taking care of a family member.
I see.
So it's about being intentional with your spending,
Got it.
not just blindly following a rule.
Make it work for you.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of spending money,
Right.
subscriptions,
Yes.
Smart World Notebook talked a lot about subscription audits,
Uh-huh.
which basically just sounds like cancel everything.
Well, it's not quite that extreme.
Okay.
It's more about, being mindful of what you're actually using.
Okay.
Go through your recurring payments and, ask yourself,
Okay.
am I really using this?
Mm-hmm.
Is this bringing me joy value?
Yeah.
Or am I just kind of on autopilot?
That's me.
Yeah.
I just like sign up for the free trials and
Yeah,
forget to cancel.
right.
So
You're not alone.
okay, good.
Yeah.
So how often should I be doing this?
Okay.
Like, is this a
I wouldn't say,
monthly thing, quarterly?
I wouldn't go as far as monthly. I
Okay.
think that's maybe a bit overkill. Quarterly is
definitely.
good, or anytime you feel like your budget's getting a little tight,
All right, cool.
just be proactive.
Okay.
Rather than wait until you're like really scrambling.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to combine the next two
Okay.
hacks that they talked about
All right.
because I think they go hand in hand,
Yeah.
which is cook at home
Yes. Yeah.
and shop smarter.
Love it.
Right.
2 great ways to save money.
Yeah. So it's all about,
Yeah.
stretching those dollars.
Stretching those dollars further.
I mean, everybody knows cooking at home is generally cheaper
Yeah.
than eating out.
Yes, definitely.
But there's also that, like,
Uh-huh.
I made this.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
satisfaction of creating something with your own two hands.
Yeah, and it's
Very
we're
rewarding.
like a little victory every time I cook something that's tastier
Yeah.
and cheaper than takeout.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to shopping these days,
Yeah.
there's so many ways to be savvy
And
about
there are
it.
so many ways.
Right.
Think about, buying in bulk
Mm-hmm.
for staples.
Yeah.
Utilizing cashback apps.
Oh, yeah.
Hunting for discount codes.
Yeah.
Comparing prices at different stores, especially for bigger purchases.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of patience.
Oh,
Wait for those sales.
yeah.
That's
That can really add up.
actually what I need to do for my coffee maker.
Oh, right.
I need a new one.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're already thinking like a savvy shopper.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
So their next tip,
Uh,
number 7,
okay.
was negotiate bills.
Yes.
And honestly, I kind of laughed when I heard this one.
I know, right? Can you really
I was like, is that really a thing?
negotiate with, like,
Yeah.
the phone company?
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
You absolutely can.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Especially these days, with so much competition, companies are really trying to hold on to their customers.
Okay. So I shouldn't be afraid to just, like,
Yeah.
call them up and say,
Don't be afraid to ask.
hey, give me a better deal.
Yeah. A little finesse goes a long way.
Right.
Do your research. Know what the competition's offering.
Uh-huh.
And then
Be prepared.
be prepared to, politely but firmly state your case.
Okay. I can do that.
You might be surprised at what you can get.
All right. I'm feeling empowered.
There you go.
This is great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next tip I love.
Okay.
It's all about
Right.
building your safety net.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emergency fund.
The emergency fund.
Right. We all know
Yeah.
we're supposed to have
Right.
3 to 6 months of expenses
Yeah.
tucked
Just
away.
in case.
But that honestly feels so daunting.
I know. It's a big number.
Like, where am I going to
It can feel
get
overwhelming.
that kind of money?
Yeah.
You know?
But remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
Start small,
Okay.
even if it's,
Mhm.
$20 a week.
Okay.
It all adds up.
Right.
And think of it as like a gift to your future self. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not...
You're investing in peace of mind.
Yeah, I'm not depriving myself.
Yeah.
I'm taken care of.
You're taking care of
There's
yourself.
a future me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I can get behind that.
Good.
And on that note,
Okay.
their next tip is
Right?
invest in Yushi.
Yes.
I love this one.
This is a good one.
It's like shifting our perspective
Uh-huh.
on what investment really means.
It's not just about
Right.
stocks and bonds and real estate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like taking an online course,
Yes.
learning a new language,
Totally.
getting a certification.
It's all an investment in yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those things can actually
They absolutely can.
help me make more money.
They can increase your earning potential,
Okay.
open up new opportunities, and of
Yeah.
course,
Boost my confidence.
boost your confidence.
Yeah.
And the joy of learning
Yeah.
is a reward in
For
itself.
sure. And then their last tip,
Oh,
this is number 10,
right.
they said, is surprisingly powerful.
Oh, okay.
But I'll admit, when I heard it, I was like, really?
yeah.
Daily check-ins with your finances.
Yeah.
Like
That'll
every day.
Save a little TD.
Want me to look at my bank account every single day?
It's not about like obsessing over every penny.
Okay.
It's more about just, kind of checking in, seeing how things are going,
That's
making
sure.
sure you're on track.
It's like a little
Yeah, just a little
pulse check.
pulse check.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't brush your teeth just once a week, right?
That's true. That's true.
Small, consistent actions
Okay.
lead to big results.
Okay. So I see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It's like building that.
It's about building those healthy habits
Okay. Okay.
rather than letting things pile up and
Yeah. Because then it
See
gets
what I'm talking about?
overwhelming.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm starting to
Yeah.
see the light.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
All right.
So I think we covered a lot of great stuff there
We did.
from Smart World Notebook.
A lot of good tips.
Yeah, and a lot of good hacks
Good hacks to get you started.
to get us started in 2025.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is it's all about personalization,
Personalization is key.
right? Finding what works for you
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
your values
Exactly. And finding that balance and
Yep.
being mindful.
between, being responsible,
Yeah.
but also enjoying life.
Because saving's not about,
Right. Deprivation.
it's about freedom, security,
Yeah.
and
It's about freedom and security and
living the life you love.
living the life you love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So before we move on to part 2,
Okay.
I want to leave you with this question.
Right.
What is one small step
Mm.
that you can take today?
To start saving
Good question.
more effectively.
Yeah.
Think about it
Yeah, think about that.
as you go about your day.
What's that one small step?
We'll see you in part 2.
All right, see you then. So, we were just getting all excited about these finance hacks.
Yeah?
But Smart World Notebook had a really good point.
Okay.
They talked about the potential downsides of financial optimization.
Okay. So is there such a thing as
Yeah.
being too focused on saving?
I think there is.
Okay.
We don't want to miss out on life.
Yeah, are we going to end up living in a cardboard box?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want it.
Because we're too busy
Yeah.
pinching pennies.
You want to find that sweet spot,
Okay.
where you're
So how do we,
being responsible with your money,
how do we find that balance?
but also enjoying the present moment.
Because it's easy to get caught up.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in
That's
that
right.
in that scarcity mindset.
Fear-based.
Yeah, that fear-based narrative of like,
Save every penny.
save every penny or you'll end up.
You're going to be destitute.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But remember, money is a tool.
Okay.
It's meant to serve us,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
So how do we know if we've
Yeah, that's a good question.
crossed the line?
So how do you know if you've gone too far?
From smart saving to
Right.
obsessive saving.
Yeah, I think it starts with defining what truly matters to you. What are your values?
Yeah. Yeah.
What brings you joy and fulfillment?
Okay.
Is it traveling? Is it spending time with loved ones?
Let's see what you're saying.
Is it pursuing creative passions?
So align in your
Yeah.
financial goals.
Align your financial goals
Yes,
with
yes,
your
yes.
overall life goals.
Life goals.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not just about,
It's not just about accumulating wealth for the sake of it,
but like
it's
actually
using money as a tool
using it
to create a life that you love.
to create the life you
Yeah.
want.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. I love that.
That might look different for everyone.
Okay.
For some people, it might be prioritizing experiences
Hmm.
over material possessions.
Yeah.
For others, it might be about investing in their education or
Mhm.
starting a business.
Okay.
The key is to make sure your decisions are driven by your values,
Yeah. Not by that fear.
not by fear,
Yeah. Okay.
not by external pressures.
So instead of asking,
Yeah.
how much money do I need
Right.
to be happy?
How much money do I need?
We should be
What
asking,
kind of life
yeah, what kind of life do I want to live?
do I want to live?
And how can my finances support that?
And how can I use my money?
Exactly. I love that.
Okay.
It's about shifting from scarcity to abundance.
Abundance. All right.
And remembering that life is a dynamic process.
Okay.
Our financial strategies should evolve
Gotcha.
as our circumstances and priorities change.
So it's not about finding that perfect budget.
Right.
It's not about being rigid.
It's sticking to it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's about being adaptable.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Be flexible.
Make conscious choices
Okay.
along the way.
So let's go back to those.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the 10 hacks
Yeah.
and see if we can identify
Okay.
any potential downsides.
Okay.
Where we might need to be mindful of this balance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So let's start with automation,
Okay.
which we were kind of praising earlier.
All right. So is there a downside to
Are there any pitfalls there?
automation?
Yeah. I think one potential downside is,
Okay.
if you just set it and forget it,
Yeah.
you might miss opportunities to adjust your savings rate
Okay.
based on, changes in your income or
Yeah.
expenses.
What if I get a raise?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe you have some unexpected expenses come up.
Okay. Okay.
So it's important to review those automated transfers.
Gotcha. Periodically.
Make sure they're still
And make sure they're still working for you.
working from it.
Yeah. Another potential downside is becoming too passive with your finances.
What does that mean?
Well, if you're always relying on automation,
Okay.
you might not be actively engaging with your money or developing those, money management skills.
So that still need to be
Yeah, you don't want to
completely outsource it.
Gotcha.
It's like having a personal trainer at the gym.
Okay.
They can guide you, they can motivate you,
Yeah.
but ultimately you need to put in the effort yourself
To see those results.
to see the results.
Yeah.
You can't just pay someone to do the work for you.
All right. So what about budgeting apps?
Okay, budgeting app.
Are there any downsides to those?
Yeah. I mean, one common mistake is relying too heavily
Okay.
on that app's automated categorization system.
Yeah.
Those algorithms aren't perfect.
Yeah. They're not always right.
They're not always right.
Yeah.
So it's important to review your transactions manually.
And make sure everything's categorized correctly.
Yeah, because I know I've had that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like,
yeah.
it's categorized
Something's way off.
something totally wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah, like you went to the
That was
art
hurting.
supply store and it categorized it as grocery.
Yeah, or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
And then another potential pitfall is,
Okay.
becoming too focused on tracking every penny
Yeah.
and feeling restricted or stressed out by the process.
So again,
Now-
finding that balance.
Yeah. Remember, those apps are tools,
Okay.
not dictators.
Are there to help me,
They're there to help you,
not to control me.
not to control you.
Okay. Yeah.
Use them to gain insights,
Gotcha.
make informed decisions.
What about the 50-30-20 rule?
Okay, the 50-30-20 rule.
We talked about how it's not one size fits all.
That's not a hard and fast rule.
But are there any other
Or
nuances to
things to watch out for?
consider?
Yeah, I think one thing is, we don't want to view that wants category as frivolous or unimportant.
Because sometimes your wants are actually
Right. Sometimes those wants are things that really align with your values.
bring you joy.
Bring you joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's about being mindful, intentional with your spending,
Okay.
not just blindly following a rule.
Gotcha.
If something truly brings you joy and
Right.
aligns with your values,
Yeah.
it might be worth adjusting your budget
Okay.
to accommodate it.
So maybe I spend a little less on
Yeah,
groceries
right.
so I can travel more.
Exactly. Or maybe you cut back on clothing
Okay.
so you can invest in a course
Mm-hmm.
that'll help you advance your career.
Okay.
It's about personalization.
Personalization, yeah.
Yeah, making it work for you.
Okay, so even with something like the
Right.
50-30-20 rule,
Mm-hmm.
it's all about
You got to be flexible.
making it work.
Yeah.
For me.
Make it work for your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about subscription audits?
Subscription audit.
It's great to cut
Yeah.
unnecessary expenses,
Mm-hmm.
but is there a risk of going
Well, you don't want to go overboard.
overboard
Yeah, you don't want to deprive yourself of
and just canceling everything?
things that actually bring you value
Yeah.
and enjoyment.
So it's not about just blindly canceling
Yeah.
everything.
It's not about
That real-
pre-deprivation.
Yeah.
It's about being thoughtful
About what
about what's important to you.
brings value to my life.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if that streaming service,
Yeah.
brings you hours of entertainment,
Mhm.
helps you relax after a long day,
Yeah.
it might be worth keeping it, even if it means cutting back in other areas.
It's about weighing those costs and benefits.
It's about weighing the costs and benefits
Okay.
and making conscious choices.
And on a similar note, cook at home.
Cook at home.
Shop smarter.
Shop smarter.
Those are great tips.
Yeah.
But
Generally speaking.
is there ever a time
Yes.
when
Are there situations where
they might not be the best approach?
it might not be the best approach?
Yeah, because what if I have a
Yeah, like if you have a super demanding schedule,
crazy, busy schedule?
you're working all the time,
Or just
and you
very
don't have a lot of time to cook.
exhausted.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't have great cooking skills.
Okay. Or just don't like
Yeah. Or you just don't enjoy it.
to cook.
Well,
And
so my-
sometimes-
let's be real.
Sometimes convenience food is a lifesaver.
Yeah, like I
Right.
just need to
And sometimes,
get something.
dining out
Hmm.
with friends and family
Yes.
is a really important part of your
It's a social.
social life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about the food.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about that connection
Okay.
and that shared experience.
Yes.
And with shopping smarter,
Yeah.
sometimes a sale isn't really a sale.
Right. A discount is not a saving.
If I'm buying something I don't need.
If you're buying something you don't need,
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. don't buy things you don't need with money you don't have
Yeah.
to impress people you don't like.
Don't do it.
Right.
Okay.
Be a conscious consumer.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So it seems like the overall theme here is
Yeah. What's the takeaway?
really thinking about
What have we learned?
what matters to me.
Yeah. I think the big takeaway here is personalization.
Yeah.
Adapting this advice
Make it
for
okay.
your own circumstances and values.
All right. Well, let's continue this conversation
Okay.
in part 3,
Sounds good.
where we'll talk about those last few
We'll delve into those last few.
finance hacks
Finance hacks.
from Smart World Notebook.
And see what other
Addicted.
considerations we need to keep in mind.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So we're back and ready to jump into the last few finance hacks from Smart World Notebook.
Why?
Before the break, we were talking about, finding that balance
Right.
between, being smart with our money, but also enjoying life.
Yeah.
So it's not about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices
Exactly.
that align with our values.
Yeah, and our priorities.
So where do we go from here?
Okay, so let's pick up with hack number 7, negotiating bills.
Okay.
Now, I gotta admit, I was a little skeptical about this one.
Yeah, is it really as simple as...
Like, can you really just call up your internet provider and be like,
Yeah.
can you cut me a deal?
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
But the basic idea is, companies,
Yeah.
especially in competitive industries,
Yeah.
they want to keep your business.
Okay.
So they're often open to negotiating.
So how do we do this without feeling like we're being
How do we approach it?
pushy or demanding?
Yeah, I think preparation is key.
What?
Do your research beforehand, know what competitor rates are,
Okay.
what promotions are being offered,
Okay.
and be prepared to, politely but firmly state your case.
All right. So I just got to get over that
Yeah.
fear of asking.
Yeah, remember, you have nothing to lose by asking.
Yeah, that's true.
Worst case scenario, they say no.
Yeah. And I'm back to where I started.
You're back where you started.
Okay.
But best case,
Best case scenario,
I save some money.
save some money.
I like it.
Exactly. And, this skill goes beyond just bills.
Okay.
Negotiation is a valuable tool in so many areas of life.
Okay.
Salary negotiations,
Yeah.
haggling at a flea market.
Yeah.
It's a life skill that can empower you.
So it's more than just saving money. It's about,
Right. It's about
building that
confidence.
and,
Yeah.
developing those skills.
Okay. Next up is hack number 8, building our emergency fund.
Yes. The emergency fund.
So we talked about this a bit earlier, but
We did.
especially with that
It's worth revisiting.
5% cost of living
Yeah, especially with that cost of living increase.
increase, it's more important than ever.
It's more important than ever.
Yeah.
To have that financial safety net.
So 3 to 6 months
Yeah.
of expenses
3 to 6 months of living expenses.
tucked away just in case,
Yeah, just in case something unexpected happens.
because life happens.
Yeah, job loss.
Yeah.
Medical bills,
Car breaks down.
car repairs, you name it.
Yeah.
It's all about having that peace of mind.
Okay, but honestly, saving that much
Yeah.
feels overwhelming.
I know it can feel like a big number,
Yeah.
but remember, you don't have to do it all at once.
Okay, so start small.
Start small.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if it's just, $10 a week,
Okay.
$20 a week, whatever you can manage.
Think of it as a gift to
Think of it as a gift.
my future self.
Got you.
To your future self.
All right, so I'm not depriving myself, right? You're not depriving yourself.
I'm taking care of
You're taking care of your future self.
future me.
Exactly.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Good.
Now for a hack, that feels a little more fun.
Okay.
Investing in you.
Yes. Love this one.
I love this one too.
This is about expanding our definition of investment
Yeah.
beyond just, the traditional
Stocks and bonds,
stocks, bonds.
real estate.
Okay.
Right.
So it's about recognizing that your skills, your knowledge, your experiences are also valuable assets.
Exactly.
So, like taking an online course,
Yeah.
learning a new language, or
Absolutely.
attending a workshop.
All investments in yourself.
Those are investments.
Yeah, they can increase your earning potential,
Okay.
open up new opportunities,
All right.
boost your confidence.
And the joy of learning.
And of course, the joy of learning and growing
Yeah. Is a reward.
is a reward in itself.
In itself.
Yeah.
All right. And for the grand finale,
Okay.
hack number 10.
Number 10, Smart World Notebook. Emphasize this one as being
Oh.
surprisingly powerful.
Okay.
But I gotta say, when I first heard it, I was like,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah.
Daily check-ins
Daily checker.
with my finances.
I know it sounds like a lot.
Every day they want me to look at my bank account every
A
day.
quick pulse check for your finances.
Okay, so it's not about
It's not about obsessing over every penny.
obsessing over every transaction.
Yeah.
It's about staying
Staying
informed.
mindful and connected to your money flow.
Okay.
So just a few minutes each day to
Oh,
review
definitely.
your spending,
Yeah.
track your progress,
Okay.
make any necessary adjustments.
So it's like building those,
yeah, it's like
integrating
Yeah.
those healthy financial habits into your daily routine.
Yeah, okay.
You wouldn't brush your teeth just once a week, would you?
That's true.
Small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. All right, so I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've explored 10 practical finance hacks from Smart World Notebook.
Again, great hacks.
We talked about personalization,
Yes.
finding that balance.
And the importance of balance and mindfulness.
And remember, saving isn't about deprivation.
Exactly.
It's about freedom.
It's about
It's about security
freedom and security and
and the ability to live a life that we love.
living a life you love.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this one thought.
Okay.
What is one small step you can take today
Yeah.
to start saving more effectively?
What's that one action step?
Maybe it's automating the transfer,
Yeah.
downloading a budgeting app, or
Or
just committing to those daily check-ins.
whatever it is.
No matter how small, every step counts.
Yeah, every step gets you closer to your goals.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.